Have you ever wondered why some people seem to crumble under stress while others thrive in the face of adversity? It's a question as old as time, and yet it continues to fascinate us. Stress, after all, is as certain in life as the changing of the seasons or the ticking of the clock. But just as no two snowflakes are alike, no two individuals respond to stress in the exact same manner. The fascinating world of psychology offers us some clues. It suggests that our personalities, those unique blends of traits and tendencies, may play a starring role in how we handle stress. Some of us might buckle under pressure, while others find a strange sense of motivation in it. Some might retreat, while others confront. And then there are those who meticulously plan their way out of stressful situations. Stress might be universal, but how we deal with it is as unique as our personalities. Ever met someone who worries a lot, even about the smallest things? That's neuroticism for you. Neuroticism, one of the major personality traits in the famous Big Five model, is characterized by emotional instability, anxiety, moodiness, irritability, and sadness. Now imagine carrying all these emotions in your daily life. Sounds stressful, right? That's because individuals with high levels of neuroticism often perceive situations as stressful more frequently than others. It's like having a magnifying glass that amplifies every small challenge into a significant problem. This heightened perception of stress often triggers a stronger reaction. It's like setting off a fire alarm because you burnt your toast. But don't judge the neurotics too quickly. This heightened stress response could also be a survival mechanism. By being hyper-aware and sensitive to threats, they are often better prepared to respond to problems. It's like having your own inbuilt emergency broadcast system, always ready to alert you. However, it's not all roses. This constant state of stress can lead to various physical and mental health issues if not managed properly. High neuroticism is often linked with depression, anxiety disorders, and even cardiovascular disease. So, managing stress becomes a crucial part of life for individuals high in neuroticism. They might indulge in activities like meditation, yoga, or even simple breathing exercises to keep their stress levels in check. So it seems the worriers among us might just be taking stress management to another level, don't they? Ever noticed how some people prefer solitude and quiet to recharge? That's introversion for you. Introverts, in contrast to their extroverted counterparts, often prefer solitary activities and can feel exhausted by social interaction. They thrive in quiet environments, finding solace in their own company. When stress strikes, introverts often seek these quiet, introspective moments to recharge and reflect. They might retreat to a quiet corner of a library, delve into a good book at home, or take a solo walk in the park to introspect and gather their thoughts. This time alone allows them to process their feelings, make sense of what's happening, and devise a plan to manage stress. It's like taking a deep dive into their internal world to find the strength to face the external one. But make no mistake, just because introverts may not express their stress outwardly, it doesn't mean they don't feel it. They too experience the pressure, the anxiety, and the overwhelm. It's just that their coping mechanisms are different. They draw on their ability to introspect, their love for solitude, and their desire for quiet to navigate through the turbulent waters of stress. So the quiet ones among us might just be processing stress in their own unique introspective way. Now imagine that social butterfly who seems to always be in the middle of the action. How do they handle stress? You know the type, always surrounded by people, lighting up the room with their infectious energy. This is your quintessential extrovert. When stress strikes, extroverts often turn to their social network. They draw strength from their relationships. They're the ones who'll call up a friend and say, "Hey, I'm having a rough day, can we chat?" They're not just seeking solace, but strength. The act of sharing, of connecting, helps them navigate through the stormy seas of stress. Extroverts aren't just social creatures, they're energy seekers. They thrive in the company of others. Their stress batteries recharge not in solitude, but in social situations. A bustling coffee shop, a lively party, or a busy workplace. These environments are their sanctuaries in times of stress. And let's not forget that extroverts generally have a sunny disposition. They tend to see the glass half full rather than half empty. This optimism serves as a shield, helping them to bounce back from stress. They look at challenges as opportunities to grow, to learn, to evolve. But remember, being an extrovert doesn't mean they're immune to stress. They too feel the pressure, the anxiety. It's just that their coping mechanisms are different. They draw on their social connections, their energy, and their optimism to weather the storm. In a stressful situation, the life of the party might just be the one to lift everyone's spirits. What about those meticulous planners, the ones who seem to have their lives in perfect order? How do they cope with stress? The conscientious personality type. Picture those who've color-coded their calendars, who've never met a list they didn't like, and who always seem to have a plan B, C, and D. These are the individuals who are often seen as responsible, reliable, and meticulous. They're the ones who thrive on organization and planning, and it's these very traits that help them when it comes to stress management. You see, being conscientious isn't just about being neat and tidy. It's about having the foresight to anticipate potential issues, the discipline to stick to a plan, and the resilience to adapt when things don't go as expected. When stress rears its ugly head, the conscientious among us don't just crumble. They've likely already seen it coming from a mile away. They've analyzed the situation, broken it down into manageable parts, and devised a strategy to tackle it. They are the problem solvers, the strategists, the ones who make lemonade when life hands them lemons. So, how does this affect their stress management? Well, it's pretty simple. They're less likely to be caught off guard by stressors, they're more likely to have effective coping strategies in place, and they're generally better equipped to handle life's curveballs. When stress comes knocking, the organized among us might just have a plan ready to tackle it head-on. Ever met someone who's always open to new experiences and ideas? Who doesn't shy away from the unfamiliar but embraces it with open arms? Yes, we're talking about the personality trait that psychologists refer to as openness. These individuals are creative, imaginative, and open-minded. They have a natural curiosity that drives them to explore the world around them. And it's this very trait that can serve as a powerful tool in their stress management arsenal. Open individuals are not just receptive to new ideas, but they actively seek them out. They are the innovators, the ideators, the ones who approach problems from a unique angle. When stress looms on the horizon, they don't just brace for impact. Instead, they harness their creativity and come up with innovative ways to adapt and cope. They might use artistic outlets like painting or writing to express their feelings. Or they might seek out new experiences as a way to distract themselves from their stressors. Their open-mindedness allows them to see stress not as a roadblock but as an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. But it's not just their creativity that aids them in stress management. Their flexibility and adaptability are equally important. Open individuals are comfortable with change. They can easily adjust to new situations, reducing the stress that often comes with uncertainty and unpredictability. They are the ones who can turn chaos into order, who can find the silver lining in even the most stressful situations. So, when stress comes knocking, the open-minded among us might just find a creative solution to handle it. They might transform their stress into a piece of art, turn it into a learning experience, or simply adapt to it with grace and resilience. Remember, each personality trait holds its own strengths when it comes to stress management. So, embrace your openness, harness your creativity, and let your adaptability guide you through the stormy seas of stress. When stress comes, the open-minded among us might just find a creative solution to handle it. Do you know someone who's always kind, cooperative, and considerate? Someone who's always there to lend a helping hand? Who truly listens and understands? Yes, you've guessed it right. We're talking about the personality trait psychologists refer to as agreeableness. These individuals are warm, friendly, and compassionate, always ready to put the needs of others before their own. They are the peacemakers, the nurturers, the ones who bring people together and smooth out conflicts. Agreeable individuals have a natural knack for understanding others, for empathizing with their struggles and their triumphs. They are often the ones we turn to in times of stress, for a listening ear, a comforting word, or a shoulder to lean on. But their empathetic nature doesn't just make them great supporters, it also equips them with the tools to understand and manage their own stress in a compassionate way. They know how to listen to their emotions, to understand their needs, and to take care of themselves with the same kindness and consideration they extend to others. As a result, they are often able to manage stress in a balanced and healthy way without resorting to destructive coping mechanisms. Moreover, their preference for harmony and their aversion to conflict also play a crucial role in their stress management. Agreeable individuals will often go out of their way to avoid conflict, to maintain peace and harmony. This can help reduce the amount of stress they experience, as they are not constantly embroiled in arguments or disagreements. But it's not just about avoiding stress. They also have a knack for resolving conflicts in a calm and constructive manner, which can help diffuse stressful situations and restore balance. So, in times of stress, the kind-hearted among us might just spread a little warmth and understanding. They might lend a listening ear, offer a comforting word, or help resolve a conflict. Remember, each personality trait has its own strengths when it comes to stress management. So embrace your agreeableness, nurture your empathy, and let your peacemaking skills guide you through the stormy seas of stress. So, have you figured out where you fall on the stress response spectrum yet? As we've journeyed through the realms of neuroticism, extroversion, and conscientiousness, we've unveiled the intricate ties between personality types and stress responses. It's been an enlightening foray, hasn't it? Our neurotic friends, remember, might find themselves more susceptible to the claws of stress with their heightened emotional responses. But they also possess a deep understanding of their feelings, which can be harnessed to navigate stress more effectively. Then we have our extroverted comrades, who might initially be thrown off balance by stress, but have a knack for rallying social support, transforming their stress into a shared experience that can be overcome together. And let's not forget our conscientious pals, those diligent, organized souls who, despite their tendency to overthink and worry, have a knack for planning their way out of stress, turning it into a problem to be solved rather than an insurmountable obstacle. Each of these personality traits shapes our stress responses in unique ways, and understanding these connections can help us better manage stress. It's all about leveraging our inherent strengths and working on our weaknesses to develop more effective coping strategies. So, equip yourself with this knowledge. Understand your reactions to stress. Cultivate your coping mechanisms. And remember, stress is not an invincible monster. It's just another aspect of life that we learn to manage. Remember, knowing how you respond to stress is the first step towards managing it effectively. So next time stress shows up, show it who's boss.